Do you know one of the greatest moments in history? It's a real question. I'm not just going to give you the answer. Think about it. Take a few minutes, write down what is the coolest thing that shows the most badassery that has ever existed in history. The greatest moment in history from Mason VanMeter. It is D.B. Cooper jumping out of a plane with $200,000 in cash and safely parachuting away without hurting anybody and never being caught. On top of that, he was dressed in an all-black business suit with a briefcase and then hijacked the plane after sipping a note to a flight attendant that he had a bomb, making his demand that when they land in Seattle, they give him $200K in cash and some parachutes. He orders the plane to fly at 10,000 feet and fly with the wing flaps down so they don't go too fast and he can jump out safely. He knew what he was doing. Most of the hostages go in Seattle and demands they fly towards Mexico City. Somewhere throughout the flight, the pilot sees the light go off, ding, 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 for the rear stairs. Then he jumps out and is never heard from again, no matter how many police, military, or blackbirds went searching for him. Even submarines, they never even found him. Even the banks thought they were going to be smart and write down all the serial numbers of the denominations they gave him. They never caught him. He beat the system. He showed mental fortitude and commitment. He said he was going to do something, and he did it. You might say that's good or bad, but do you know the difference between good and evil, hero and villain? Well, you see, that's very subjective, my dear friend. It depends on who is telling the story. Life is not so black and white. There is a lot of gray in between. And this one lesson right here will help you go farther than anything I could possibly teach you in this life. It is perspective. It is the lens you view the world through. You should always frame things in your mind to give you the best possible outcome and most fulfilling meaning. Sometimes you look at your life and what's going on in the environment around you and everything's fucked. Everything's burning down around you. You should still try to find the best viewpoint and on a long enough time frame. If you keep trying to see the things in the best way, things will compound and you will win over time. You should always think that way. What frame of mind, what perspective will give me the best possible strategic position with the most upside? That's how you think, ladies and gentlemen. That's how I think. Please understand, this is how you should approach your life. Next time you're in a bad situation, like I'm fucked, what's the best possible choice that I could make? How could I detach from how I feel right now and choose to see things in a way that gives me the best possible chance of achieving my desired outcome? You'll be surprised of what some of them are. I had a guy call me on Facebook Messenger out of the blue saying Mason Upline lied to me about how much money I was going to make and he wasn't making any sales. And now he wants to terminate my contracts. Mason, what should I do? I said, well, do you have a job that is bringing you in any money if you're not making sales? He said, no. Well, you should get another job at least to have money coming in and just give it a few more weeks to try to turn it around and prove your upline you're actually worth keeping around. And he tried that and he couldn't because he's shit at sales. But the point is, if he would have sat at home doing nothing, it wouldn't have helped him. The best perspective was to try to turn around his sales and look for another job. He didn't lose anything besides what? Video games and jerking off. Jerking off is rarely the best thing that you can ever focus on at that any given moment. It's very rare that you look at everything going on in your life and you say, the best thing I can do right now is jerk off. But it's all you fuckers seem to do for some reason, and you wonder why your life is shit. Think about it. Best perspective is how I want you to live your life, and ladies and gentlemen, you should apply this mental model to situations to come up with the best possible answer. Because if you're always adopting the right frame of mind and very rarely looking through the wrong one, it's pretty hard to lose. It is every man out here for himself. The world's not about fairness and equality. It's about those who take action and those who do nothing. You want something, so do they. You want to sell policies, so does every other agent. Since most people adopt the wrong frame, if you adopt the right thinking, you'll see just how easy it is to beat the system.